What else, Stacey? What else do you need? What are you needing from? So basically, getting us to to be excited about Europe, to cheer you on.
Because I don't know how many people have actually watched an Ironman or participated in an event like this. It's the crowd, it's the participants. It really is the journey, and along the way on the route, you really need that. So if I have support, not only watching me on the app as I go through the race, because there's an app where you can track me the whole time.
Okay.
But having all of those spectators at the event, it makes such a huge difference, because I'll literally be running in the dark.
My younger brother, we were in Tucson, and it was a river swim, so it was very narrow, so it was very difficult because there were a lot of people.
Sure.
They did timing, so they tried to only let so many go at a time.
Right, and that's usually how they do it. You do it in waves.
Okay, so they did all the pros first, and and then I managed to catch him on the bike.
Oh,
and
nice.
then they did the run finally, and the bike's his favorite too. They did the run along the waterfront, so they have a riverfront.
Oh,
so they had to do 3 loops of this
and that's hard.
Going around.
Loops are hard.
By the second loop, people were sitting down with their spectator.
Yeah.
People, because you were right there. It's the only Ironman I've ever been where you're sitting right here and they come right past you.
Yeah, that's
the
so
problem
awesome.
was, it's awesome because you had major. But the problem was, people would sit down with their fans and not be able to get up. Oh. So my brother was coming along, and he came finally on the 3rd. He was about to hit the 3rd loop. This was going to be the final.
And that's
he's
what
like,
you needed the most.
He's like, get up, get up. I was like, okay. So I'm sitting there looking. He's like, you got to run with me. I mean, he's doing the little jog thing.
He's
like,
need it.
I was like, what do you need? He's like, I'm hitting the wall.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
And
3rd loop,
I said, you want to take a break? He's like,
No,
if I stop now, I will never start again.
Yeah.
I said, okay, what can we get you? Do we need some more? Because he would do the licorice.
Oh, nice.
It really helped him a lot. And then he's like, I need chicken soup. So
very cool.
I would run up and find some, and I'd run back and I'd carry it along with him, doing the sort of jog walk, and he'd drink the chicken soup, and then he kind of half threw up a little bit. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. I was like, this is fun.
And you wonder why people do this.
Why are you doing this?
You're like, what? Why are you torturing yourself?
And then, I couldn't go into this one area. I was like, okay, keep going, you know. But because he knew at that point
that you were going to be there.
Right. Mm-hmm. He had to finish.
Yes.
And of course, then he was okay after that, relatively speaking.
Sure.
But he said it was a crucial 5 minutes in a race.
Absolutely. And that's what it's like at the Galveston race. The run is 3 loops, which will kind of mess with your mind as an athlete anyway, because you're like, oh my gosh, I have how many more loops to do?
Yes.
But you're passing the same people. So I passed my people 3 times.
Okay.
And so each time I knew as I got closer, I could see them.
Yeah.
Which was so helpful. And I knew where they were was, if I went right on the corner, was the finish line.
Gotcha.
So each time I passed them, they were like, come on. And Archie's really great about doing that for everybody as they come through, whether it's me or another teammate or whatever. Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
No, this is Jimerson. The owner and operator of Pilot Point Coffee House. Huh? I appreciate you letting us do this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just knowing that they were there, and then on my, turning the corner to go on my last loop, they're like, "What do you need when you're done?" I'm like, I just need a wet towel. I always had salt from being sweaty. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to wipe off when I got to the finish. But it ended up being my best time. I PR'd. It was great because I had that spectator experience at the end. It was that push. Each time I was like, oh my gosh, I had 2 more loops. Oh my gosh, I have 1 more loop. But I got to that point, I'm like, I can totally do this. I've already done 2. I can finish.
Yes.
It's no problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So knowing that I have support here, knowing that people are watching me on the app, and I've got people there. I mean, I don't even, how far is Tulsa? It's like a couple hours, so I don't think it's very far. If you want to drive up there and see me, great. I would love it.